G'day guys, welcome back to another week of building the Soleil rail. Starting this week we're going to be putting the lowest foremast sail in place. I've already made it up, as I said, they're exactly the same every sail. This one has the normal bearings that will join around the mast. We've got two single blocks with 85mm tails on them. Got two single blocks on each corner. We've got a block that's 40mm in from the centre, and then another 20mm out the other side, and then same on this side of the yard, and then each corner has two blocks. So I'll get the ship over here and we'll start. I'm putting the sail on. It just sits in front of the foremast below the platform here, and then like the others we just put the rope around. Try and get those bearings right in the middle. I have to try. I might actually hold that up with a clamp and keep wanting to fold down. Put that back through the gap at the top of the sail. So just make sure that those bearings are going to stay in the right spot. Just put a dot of glue behind it. I'll just tie, if I can get in there. Just leave that clamp on there for a minute just till that dries properly in place, and then we'll start rigging this up. Okay, we just have to make up one more single block. It's just tied around the outside, and then we have each side of the rope coming up 300 millimeters. So that's actually going to be coming up through here. There's my tweezers. This may not be that easy with the camera in the way. I'll see how we go. Just one side done. I'm going to have to swing the ship around to get the other side, so I'll be back in a moment. Okay, once you've got both ropes up through that platform, they just go over the top of this block here, and then I've drilled a hole on each side, and then the rope just goes down through there. Which it doesn't seem to want to at the moment. Just a moment. I'll just drill that hole out a little bit more, and then we'll have another go. Okay, we'll give that another go. Whoops. The same thing on the other side. And then we just put them down through the platform like on the other side. And for now we're just going to leave them hanging out the front. Okay, next up, that piece we've just made up, that hangs just below that first lot of rope that's around there. We've just got to put one of these tan 0.15 piece of rope through. Just got to make the ropes long enough that they're going to reach to the deck. Oops, go around the right side of the rope. And then what we're going to be doing is tying it off on the two middle bailing pins, so one rope either side of this line here. I won't be able to do that on camera because as you can see I haven't got a lot of room in there, so as soon as I've done it I'll come back. Okay, so that's what that looks like. We just got the rope cut up through the platform to the block, and then two ropes. Whoops, can't see, can you? Oh God. So anyway, we've got two ropes coming down to the pin rack there. So I'll just check what the next lot of rigging on there is, and then we'll continue. So the next one's the same as what we've done for every other sail. I'm going to be tying, oh, can you see that? we're going to be tying behind this block here down to the outermost edge block on here, back up through that block, down through the platform to the pin rail that's on the side of the ship there. So we'll just tie a loop around that one. So we just go through this one here. Just a minute, I'm just going to open that hole up a little bit. So I've got that through. Wow, that's handy. The block's just pulled out of the... just wait a minute. Okay, I'm just going to be bringing that rope down to this pin rail here, as I did on the other side. As I've said before, I can't do it on camera because I haven't got much room in there, so I'll just tie this off and then return. Okay, next up, we've got these two blocks on this rope here. I've just did two single blocks. I've just put them on because the instructions called for it. We're going to be tying a rope off behind this one, coming across to the block with the tail on it on the end of the yard, back to this block, and then down to the pin rail just in front of the mast there. So we'll just start off getting a loop in the rope. Okay, so go through this block, back through this block. Just pull it so it's evenly tight on both sides. And now I'm just going to take it down here and tie it off to the pin rail back behind that mast there. Okay, next up we're going to be tying up the corner of the sails. I've already wrapped the tan rope around the outside block that we've got up the top, and that will be coming down and through the outside of the two blocks we have down here. And back up through that block we tied off of. And down and through the second block down here. And up through the other block we've got on the inside. The only thing I don't like about the way they do these sails is, I know they're trying to make it look like there's wind in it by hooking it up, but the ropes just don't, you can't keep them tight. Now I can't see any way, unless I actually brush these with diluted white glue just to get the stiffness look to it. And then it shows these coming down and through, which hole was it? 1, 2, 3, the fourth hole down here. 2, 3, 4. Go on. It actually shows the rope coming down through 2 or 3 of them before being tied off. I had a look at doing that on the other side and I didn't like the look of it, so I just decided that I would keep it to the one on this side. Okay, so that's both of those done, which completes what we've got to do on this sail. We've got a spare block on each side, which I'm assuming maybe hooks up to the sail that's above it. But seeing I've actually got this done a bit quicker than I thought, the instructions show us going on to doing some work on the stern of the ship. A little bit of decoration onto the rudder, another piece onto the stern decorations, and then we'll also be adding the officers' quarters as they come around the side of the ship. That'll probably be done next week, but we can do those decorations now. So I'll just get what I need ready and we'll continue. Okay, next up we've got to take this piece here, and I've got it zoomed in as much as I can, but in tiny little writing that says Soleil Royale, and that's going to be going on the middle balcony on the rear of the ship. So what they're saying I need to do is paint this black, and then we're going to sand it off to reveal the gold around all the black writing. So that's what the theory is anyway. So we'll see how that comes out. So let's put the black on to start with. Oops. Okay, so we'll just leave this to dry. Shouldn't take too long. It's about 45 degrees here at the moment. So yeah, I'll leave that to dry. We'll sand it and then see how it comes up. Okay, this is dried. I'm going to try sanding it off now. Hopefully we just have the black writing on the gold or brass background. I'm just going to use a really light sandpaper just to see how we go. Not too bad. So you see it says on there Soleil Royale. Yeah, as I said, not too bad. I'll bring the ship over and we'll put that on. Okay, this little panel's just going to fit into this little spot here. Let's get a little bit of glue on there. Okay, there we go. It focuses, which it won't. No. Anyway, you can see it says Soleil Royale on there. Okay, next we're going to prepare a piece that's going to sit on the back of the rudder here. I've got it here somewhere. Where is it? So it's just this piece here that's just going to fit onto the rudder. We've got to trim it a little bit to make it fit, and then we've got to paint this gold and, as I said, fit it to the ship. Now, quite a while ago when I was doing the decorations on the stern of the ship, someone suggested that I, before I put gold on these parts, paint them brown, and then if you put the gold over the top it'll be a more deeper, better gold looking colour. So I'm going to actually try it on this piece, and if it works well I'll actually use it on the rest of the decorations that will be going on the ship. They didn't mention what shade of brown to use, and all I have is a darker chocolate type brown, so we'll see how that comes out. I'll probably get told that I'm using the wrong shade, but yes. Whoops. Yes, I'm afraid I can't remember who told me. It was quite a while ago, but we'll give it a go, and can't hurt to try something. Okay, we'll let that dry and then we'll paint the gold over the top. Okay, we'll give it a go now with the gold. It hasn't come out too bad. It does actually look a little bit deeper than the way I was painting it before, so I might keep doing that. We have two more decorations that will also be going on the stern. I'll paint those ones off camera because, as you can see, there's not much to it, and then when this all dries we'll put it on the ship. First thing we're going to do is put this piece on the back of the rudder. I just had to notch it out. That's 3.7 millimeters in the middle, which is the same as the gap through the back of that piece. So we'll just get some glue on there. Go. That one's on there. Now next we've got two of these decorations that have to go on the back of the ship. I believe I'll just go that way. I'll just double check the instructions. Okay, it goes that way up, and you've just got to put it 30 millimeters from the rudder. So that would make it in like that. So I'll just put some glue on the back of this. They're both on there now. Screw them out just a little bit. Next up we've got to put two pieces of wood on there. This is 4 millimeters by 1.5. I've had to notch it because I obviously made a mistake early on in the build, and this rubbing strake is supposed to be level with this piece coming around, and I must have put it a fraction higher, fraction higher than it should have been. So what I've done, I've actually notched out this wood so it lines up with the rubbing strake, and it still doesn't look too bad like being like that. So let's glue that on there. Next up we've got 4 of these gun port surrounds to go on there. So they're just like that, so we just put a bit of glue on and just evenly each side of those decorations. Okay, and then finally, just inside those frames, we just have to paint that black. Okay, that pretty well completes this week's video. We got that first sail on the foremast. We've got the Soleil Royale medallion on the back there, plus this decoration, as well as the frames for the gun ports there. Next week it's all going to be about the officers' quarters, which is all these parts that have to be assembled, painted blue and gold, and then fitted to the rear side of the ship. So they'll just sit in here. So a lot of these rubbing straps will actually have to be cut so we can fit it in there. But that's next week. So thanks for joining me, and hope to see you next week. Cheers.